In the name of Allah, who is the most beneficent and merciful. My dear students, I will discuss today about the equilibrium. I mean, what is equilibrium? If the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is zero, then the body is said to be in a state of equilibrium. It means if the resultant of all the forces acting on a body is zero, let's suppose we are the body is here. On this side, let's suppose the magnitude of the force is, let's suppose, 4 Newton. And on this side, the force acting on it is also 4 Newton. And in which direction the body moves? Look at the case here. We have the two forces acting on the same body, but the direction is opposite. They having the same magnitude, but their direction is opposite. So the resultant of all the forces, if I ask, what is the resultant of all the forces? Your answer is zero. So the body will remain at rest, and it is said to be in a state of equilibrium. The forces are acting on a body, but the body is not moving. It remains at rest. So the body is in a state of equilibrium. And we have the two types of the equilibrium here. Types of equilibrium. Number one is static equilibrium. Static equilibrium. If the body is at rest, if the body is at rest, it is said to be in a static equilibrium. In a static equilibrium. I mean, the body is at rest, it's not moving, it is at rest. If the body is at rest, then the body is said to be in static equilibrium. For example, a book lying on a table. A book lying on a table. A book lying on a table, there are two forces acting on a book. One is its weight, it is acting downward, and the other one is reaction force, and it is acting in our direction. Both the forces having same magnitude but direction is opposite, so they cancel out, and the body is at rest, and the body is said to be in static equilibrium. So it means if the body is not moving, it is at rest, it is 100% sure that the body is in a equilibrium, and that type of equilibrium is said to be static equilibrium. And number two is dynamic equilibrium. Dynamic equilibrium. What is dynamic equilibrium? If the body is moving, if the body is moving with uniform velocity, if the body is moving with uniform velocity, then the body is said to be in dynamic equilibrium. So the body should move with the uniform velocity. For example, when a car is moving with uniform velocity, when the car is moving with uniform velocity, it is said to be in dynamic equilibrium. So it means, if we draw the conclusion is, if the body is at rest, it is 100% sure that the body is in equilibrium, and that type of equilibrium is said to be static equilibrium. And if the body is moving, it may or may not be in equilibrium. So it means if the body is moving with uniform velocity, then the body is said to be in dynamic equilibrium, I mean in equilibrium. And if the body is moving with variable velocity, it is not in a state of equilibrium. So I mean, in a state of equilibrium, the acceleration is 0. So that's very important. In equilibrium, acceleration is 0. So that's about the equilibrium. Thank you very much, students.